Episode 7 of Lord of Mysteries, titled Coincidence, delves deeper into Klein Moretti's evolving role as a seer and his perilous connection to the Antigonus notebook set against the fog-choked backdrop of Tingan City following the heart-wrenching revelation of Azik Eger's cursed immortality in Episode 6. This episode pivots to a series of seemingly unrelated incidents: a clockmaker's mysterious death, a merchant's cryptic note, and occult symbols etched into Tingan's red-chimneyed houses that Klein's divinations reveal to be orchestrated by a sinister force. The Antigonus Notebook, a Grade 1 sealed artifact known for corrupting its readers with forbidden knowledge, takes center stage as Klein uncovers its influence behind these events. Klein, now more adept at navigating the Grey Fog realm, conducts a divination that links the notebook to Lanivus, a charismatic swindler introduced as a manipulative mastermind, and Meadows, a shadowy Aurora Order member tied to the artifact's dark legacy. A tense investigation leads Klein to a derelict workshop where he confronts a spectral entity that nearly overwhelms his seer abilities, hinting at the notebook's ability to summon malevolent forces. The episode's flashback reveals Lanivus exploiting Tingan's underclass, using the notebook's secrets to orchestrate coincidences that destabilize the city. Dunn Smith, the Nighthawk captain, anchors the team, but his recurring injuries raise questions about his survival. Leonard Mitchell's playful banter with Klein reveals subtle hints of his own hidden abilities, possibly tied to the notebook's influence. The gothic atmosphere, fog-laden streets, ticking clocks, and eerie chants amplifies the Lovecraftian dread, culminating in a cliffhanger. Klein's vision above the grey fog shows Tingan spiraling toward chaos, with the notebook at its heart. Klein's growth as a seer is evident as he grapples with the notebook's corrupting aura, which subtly tempts him with promises of power. His cautious approach, rooted in his history scholar background, shines as he resists the artifact's pull, unlike its previous victims, Welch McGovern and Ray Bieber, who succumbed to its influence. The episode underscores Klein's internal conflict. His desire to return home clashes with his duty to protect Tingan, making the notebook both a threat and a key to his survival. Episode 7 builds seamlessly on the foundation laid by the first 6 episodes, tying together Klein's transformation, the Nighthawk's mission, and the Antigonus notebook's ominous presence. Episodes 1-3 establish Klein's ice-scary rebirth as Jomin Grui, his acquisition of seer powers via the Full Pathway, and his entanglement with the notebook after surviving its influence, which drove his friends Welch and Naya to suicide. The notebook's dark history, introduced in Episode 1 as a catalyst for Klein's transmigration, was expanded in Episode 3, where the Nighthawks pursued it against the Secret Order and confronted Ray Bieber, a descendant corrupted by its power. Episode 7E's focus on the notebook's manipulation of coincidences echoes Episode 2E's hints of its ability to alter fate, seen when Klein narrowly escaped its influence via the Grey Fog. Episodes 4-5 deepened Klein's connection to the notebook through his encounters with Hannah's Vincent, an Aurora Order member seeking the artifact, and his growing mastery of divination, which Episode 7 amplifies as he deciphers its cryptic symbols. Episode 6E's exploration of Azik Eger's cursed past at Lamed Castle parallels Klein's own entanglement with the notebook's ancient secrets, as both characters face the consequences of forbidden knowledge. The coincidence theme ties back to Episode 3E's foreshadowing of Dunn's concerns about Tingan's instability, and Episode 5E's introduction of the Tarot Club, where Klein's alias as the Fool mirrors his struggle to control the notebook's chaotic influence. However, the sidelining of Melissa and Benson in Episode 7 feels like a missed opportunity to build on Episode 4E's focus on Klein's family, underscoring a recurring challenge in balancing personal and supernatural stakes. The animation by BCMA Pictures remains a visual triumph, rivaling Donghua like the founder of Diabolism. The derelict workshop scene, where Klein battles the notebook-spawned spectral entity, blends 2D fluidity with 3D depth, its flickering shadows and warped machinery evoking a nightmarish steampunk aesthetic. The red-chimneyed houses, imbued with the notebook's occult symbols, are rendered with gritty detail, reinforcing the Gothic horror. However, minor flaws persist. Background crowd scenes occasionally feel static, with AI-generated vibes that slightly disrupt immersion, a critique echoed in earlier episodes. Voice acting in the Chinese dub excels, with Klein's VA capturing his internal struggle, balancing curiosity, fear, and resolve as he resists the notebook's corruption. Laniva's honeyed predatory tone is a highlight, making his manipulation of Tingen's masses chillingly believable. Dunn's authoritative delivery grounds the Nighthawks, but Leonard's VA, despite improved nuance, lacks the distinctiveness to match his growing relevance. Subtitles, while clearer than in episodes 1-3, occasionally falter with occult terms like Antigonus, potentially confusing anime-only viewers. Pacing has improved significantly since the frenetic episodes 1-3, which rushed through 44 novel chapters. Episode 7's deliberate tempo allows Klein's divination and investigation to unfold organically, emphasizing his growth as a seer. The coincidence theme is deftly woven, with the notebook's influence creating a sense of inevitable dread. However, the Laniva's flashback feels abrupt, disrupting the narrative flow, a minor echo of the pacing issues in episode 3's rushed battles, compared to Stein's Gate, which masterfully integrated complex conspiracies. Lord of Mysteries struggles to make the notebook's lore accessible to newcomers, though novel readers will appreciate the faithful adaptation of its corrupting power. Strengths lie in Klein's compelling arc and the notebook's role as a narrative linchpin. Klein's methodical resistance to the artifact's temptation, unlike Ray Bieber's monstrous transformation in episode 3, highlights his growth from a novice seer to a cautious strategist. The notebook's ability to corrupt and manipulate, detailed in episode 7's symbols and Laniva's schemes, adds intellectual depth to the occult system. Weaknesses include the underuse of supporting characters like Melissa and Benson, whose absence in episode 7 misses a chance to ground Klein's stakes. Unlike Mushoku Tensei, which excels at blending personal and fantastical drama, the notebook's dense lore, while fascinating, risks alienating viewers without clearer exposition. Episode 7, Coincidence, solidifies Lord of Mysteries as a gripping donghua with immense potential to redefine Isekai. Its stunning animation, haunting atmosphere, and Klein's nuanced struggle against the Antigonus notebook's corrupting allure make it a standout, while its TIS2 episodes 1-6 deepen the narrative stakes. However, pacing hiccups and underdeveloped side characters temper its brilliance. With 6 episodes left in Season 1's 13-episode run, the series must clarify the notebook's lore and strengthen character bonds to rival genre giants like Made in Abyss or Steins Gate. Episode 8 promises to escalate Tingen's crisis, with Klein and the notebook at its heart. For now, Lord of Mysteries is a shadowy, cerebral gem that rewards attentive viewers, poised to become a 2025 anime highlight if it refines its storytelling balance. https://www.radiotimes.com/tv/fantasy/anime/Lord of Mysteries release schedule.